Basement is one of those bands that no one likes. What is going on, my mates? What is going on, my mates? Hope you've all been well. Before we get into today's video, I just want to take a second. I know I do this like every video, but we recently hit 2,000 subscribers and we're almost at 2,600 now, and that's just blowing my mind. Thank you so much. I'll just never be able to put it into words. Also, doing a giveaway to commemorate / celebrate 2,000 subscribers. That's just going to be the video before that. If you are subscribed, you probably already know, but if you're just watching this video and just want to enter a giveaway for fun, you can do it. It's been a very rainy day here in California today. Some might even say a torrential downpour, but I would say that makes the picture quality in the car look a lot better, a little bit more crispy. The light is just more even, and I know that Utah is supposed to get a lot of snow really soon. That is your weather report for the day. Let's talk about some music. So I have a lot of records that are on my imaginary top 25 of all time list, a lot of records that I just absolutely adore but aren't on my, I don't know, top 5 albums of all time or top 10 of all time, and these are the ones that I'm going to be discussing, all the albums that are on my imaginary top 25 list that I'd never actually categorize into like a top 50 or top 25, but I'd just say, yeah, it's probably in my top 25, just records that I feel like I can listen to for probably the rest of my life. I just feel like these records are very timeless for me. Some of these records have been in my life for 5+ years and they still strike me the way that they did the first time, and to me that's what makes music timeless. I think I might make a video on that at some point, but yeah, let's just talk about some music. Let's discuss some records. First band on our list today is the Weaker Thans, and the record we're going to be talking about today is the best one they've ever put out, called Reconstruction Site. This album is so incredible. I cannot say enough good things about it. If I had to describe the sound of this band overall, I'd say it's alternative rock, maybe a little bit of pop punk, maybe a little bit of emo, maybe even a little bit of indie, but I'd say the best way to describe this band overall would just say they're alternative rock. And a Reconstruction Site is everything you could possibly want out of an alternative rock album. It's fun, it's catchy. The lyrics are so intricate that I just don't even know how to describe them without reading some, because John K. Samson is an absolute lyrical genius. You read his stuff and you're like, wow, if I'm even 2% as good as this guy at writing at the end of my life, I will be very happy. Let's take a look at the self-titled track on the album called Reconstruction Site, and let's just take a look at this geniusness right here. Hold on, I gotta all right, ready? Okay. If I'm more, then it means less. Last call for happiness. I'm your dress near the back of your knees and your slip is showing. I'm afloat in a summer parade up the street in the town that you were born in, with a girl at the top wearing tulle and a Miss Somewhere sash, waving like the queen. That just paints the most vivid image in my head and just puts all these warm memories that don't even exist into my head. I don't know, there's just, this whole album has that entire feel to it. It's like you've heard it your entire life, and it just brings this warm feeling to me. I know this is more of a personal reason, but I feel like it strikes many people that way, because this band is a band that I would consider them a band's band, as in people that play in other bands, well-known bands, smaller bands, they appreciate this music because they're like, yo, the Weaker Thans, they just do it right. They're a good band. Bands respect them, the fans respect them. They're just a very well-respected band with a very ravenous fan base, and I am one of those fans. I'm very dedicated to the Weaker Thans. Go listen to Reconstruction Site if you haven't, because if you haven't, you are literally messing up so bad. Temple of Plenty was somewhat of a sleeper hit for me because it came out and I listened to it and I really enjoyed it, but I wasn't like head over heels in love with it, and over time it just grew on me so heavily, because without me really knowing, it just stayed in my rotation of music, and during that time I was listening to a lot of Moose Blood in the Hotelier, and that band just kind of fit in there naturally. And without my knowledge, it just became one of my favorite records ever. This record came out during spring of 2014, and this was actually a very big year for this small label called Tiny Engines Records. I feel like this record by Somos, Temple of Plenty, as well as the Hotelier's album Home Like No Place Is There, is what really got the label going, kind of kickstarted everything that they were doing and just took them to the next level. I think these two bands right here, especially Temple of Plenty and the Hotelier, really just made this label what they were today. They were very defining records, and if I had to describe the sound on Temple of Plenty, I'd just say it's very relaxed pop punk. I'd just say relaxed pop punk would be the best way to describe it. You could say alternative, you could say emo, indie. It all kind of works, but I guess chill pop punk would be the best way to describe it. Some tracks you should check out on this album are, let me pull it up on my phone. I mean, it's honestly one of those albums where I just play it front to back and every song is good. But I would check out track 1, Familiar Theme, check out Lives of Others, Dead Wrong, Strangest Example. I don't know, these are all so good. Before we go and get on to the next record here, I'll read you some lyrics from a Somos song. On Spotify, if you go to related artists under Somos, it's a bunch of like Mexican and Hispanic artists, because like Somos, I think that means same in Spanish. I took it once or twice, but yeah, that's pretty funny. And they're from Boston, Massachusetts. Oh, I know which one we're gonna do. I never knew that. Some things you can't turn away. Your blanket's warm, but can it keep the frost at bay? The heater's on, but will it stay that way? Seconds stretching out, a pattern crystallized. Same 9 to 5, 16 to 65. I really like these lyrics because it kind of comments on, I guess, the job market in politics and money and capitalism, which is really, really interesting. He said like they work the same job, but there's a big difference in pay, which is, I mean, just because like, but anyway, that's not the point. You should go check out Temple of Plenty by Somos right now. Go listen to it if you never have. And if you never have, like, dang, that... Man. I'm pretty sure that I have praised this record on here on more than one occasion, but Tiger's Jaw's self-titled album will forever be one of those albums. It's just a record that I check out every month, every week. I don't know, I can just listen to it, just put it on, and it's kind of like when you have friends that you're hanging out with, but you know them so well that it's almost like you're not even hanging out with friends. It's like you're just coexisting or something. I don't know, that's how I feel about this album specifically, because I can just put it on, you know. If you know the record, it starts out with the song that sounds like push me away, and I don't know, just the whole thing just flows through really nicely. If you've never listened to this album, definitely check out the first song, The Sun. I Was Never Your Boyfriend is sick. Last song is super duper iconic, called I Never Saw It Coming. I mean, I know the lyrics like so well from this record that I can just recite some for you, but the last song off the record, like I just said, is Never Saw It Coming, and some lyrics from that are, I learned a lot about falling in love when I fell out of love. I learned a lot about being a friend when I was alone. And I think what I like about the lyrics so much is they're kind of general and broad, like their song Chemicals. We are made of chemicals, but what holds us together is much more than that. Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, it's like it conveys a good amount of emotion and is emotional, but it's not like, oh, I'm crying because my girlfriend broke up with me type of thing. Like it's a very mature way to convey emotion, as mature as you can be for being a pop punk emo band, but you get the point. This is just such a good album. If you just like rock and roll in general, just listen to it. It's so good. Check out Tiger's Jaw self-titled. I could probably keep talking about this for like 20 more minutes, but anyway, just go check it out. Basement is one of those bands that no one likes. I don't know anyone that just likes Basement. Anyone that I know that enjoys Basement, that listens to their music, that knows this band, they're in love with this band. They're diehard fans. They're ride or die. They'll spend all of their money on their merchandise, music, go to shows, freaking have them sign their butts, like all of that stuff. Basement is just one of those bands that somehow has developed a very, very passionate fan base. I think obviously one reason is because their music's great, but I know a lot of bands with amazing music, of course, that don't have the same level of fan dedication as Basement. I think that's one thing that really drew me to them in the first place, is just how dedicated their fans were. Because I don't know if a lot of people know this, but when they were breaking up, like, people were freaking out. Like, if I can find clips of their last show, I'll put it up. I'll call this a grunge record, okay? Alternative grunge record. The record is called Color Me in Kindness by Basement, of course. It's orange, it has some kids on the cover. Oh, man. Smooth, buttery, grunge. I don't know if that was a good way to describe it, but the very first song is called Covet. That's actually not even true. It's called, the first song is Hole. I'm gonna give you 3 tracks to check out. Check out Covet, Bad Apple, and Pine. Yeah, check out Pine. Lyrics from their song Covet are, when I'm with you, I don't want to be with you. Just listen to that and let it sink in for a little bit and get back to me. Basement, Color Me in Kindness. I love this record. I know it front to back. I've probably listened to it 18,000 times at this point. It's super good. go peep it if you haven't. Shame on you if you haven't. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you should go listen to it. Speaking of bands with passionate fan bases, no, it's not Title Fight. No, it is Title Fight. Title Fight's record Floral Green is absolutely one of my favorite records of all time. I'll never forget going to Hot Topic to buy it late 2012. I think it was like October or something, and the CD was even like a different shape, and I was like, this band is different, they're doing it right, their fans are insane, I love them. And this record is so freaking heavy, instrumental wise, lyric wise, everything about this record is heavy. And their very first song, one of the lines is, I wish I could get over this feeling of slipping under. And when you're 16 and you're in high school and you're a white middle class kid, you know, it's like that really just hits home, because, you know, like, life is difficult, man, like budge sickles, you know. No, but for real though, this record is simply amazing. I think I say amazing too much. I'm gonna try to work on that. If I had to recommend some tracks off this record, I would say every single song, but I know that won't make people check out specific tracks, so let's just go ahead and say Leaf, check out Make You Cry, and check out Lefty. Ned Russin and Jamie just really hold it down this whole record with the vocals. They just sound really good. They sound hardcore, but not to where you can't make out what they're saying, not as in like metalcore, deathcore, just kind of raspy, aggressive vocals, but they're all really nice guys, so like it's not that scary, you know. I think my favorite song that Title Fight has ever made is called Lefty, and I actually am a lefty. I literally write with this hand. I'm not even, I promise I'm not lying, okay? To quote some lyrics from that song, actually the very first lyrics are, bad luck never leaves, your jinx just floats around like the taste inside your mouth or the sound when your skull cracks. Feel the growing pains, means you're growing up too fast. Telling white lies to black cats, stretch me out across the tracks. Probably gonna have to speed that part up. But yeah, you gotta go check out Floral Green by Title Fight and Shed and Hyperview if you like shoegazy stuff. Title Fight is freaking the best band ever. You gotta go listen to them. I think they're gonna make some new stuff soon. I hope to see them live again, but I don't know. Love you guys. I know you're watching this, dude. Ned, I know you're watching this, dude. My mates, thank you so much for tuning in, taking time out of your day to watch this video and clicking the subscribe button. That was so nice of you to do that. I really do appreciate you clicking that subscribe button right now. That was super duper nice of you. And I just want to say, hope everyone has a great rest of their day. For real though, I really do appreciate the support that y'all have given me. It's been insane, and it'll never be taken for granted. I hope to continue to work hard for the mates, and I hope to grow together with everyone. If anyone has any ideas for videos or for a series or just for one video or just a concept, drop it down below. I really do care what you guys have to say. With that being said, follow me on social media right now, and I'll give you $20 each time you click follow. Yeah, have a good one, my mates. I'll see you soon.